Welcome to Unlocking Freedom in Nature and Art. And today it's my honor. I have an incredible guest, Dr. Upong Wanko. Did I say that correctly?
Yes, you did. Thank you so much, Tammy, for having me in your space. You are
Awesome.
such an amazing person. Thank you so much.
And where are you coming from today so that our guests know?
I am logging in from Nashville, Tennessee, Country Music City. Yes.
Oh, incredible. We've had some different guests from there, and there's so many people. I need to go and visit you, visit that area because there's so many people from that area anymore. So, and you told me you don't have snow in your area, and I have snow.
Not at all. And where are you? Okay, you said you were close to the Canadian border. No
Yeah, so
wonder you
I'm
have
in
snow.
North Idaho, so I'm an hour from Spokane, and and an hour from the Canadian border, and an hour to Montana. We're up in
Wow,
Lake Country, so.
amazing. That's
So it's
wonderful.
it's beautiful here.
Wow, I bet
And
it
I
is.
and I have had clients from your area here. So
Oh,
visit me. So it's fun. So we're gonna start out asking Yupeng some questions here. But first, I just want to say welcome to everyone that's tuning in. Make sure if you have any questions to ask us, and I will try to see them because sometimes, to be honest with the lives, I never know if I'm going to be able to see them or not. So, but thank you so much for tuning in. But let's start off with where did you grow up?
well, I grew up in Ibadan, Nigeria, a country in West Africa. It's a tropical environment, warm climate. That's where I grew up. Yes, and we grew up in a university environment. My father used to be a physics professor. So
What
yeah,
was your
that's why
father?
a physics professor,
Oh,
professor of
okay.
physics. Yes.
So Nigeria, I mean, that's a long way. So go ahead to finish telling. Sorry.
Yeah, so that's where I grew up. I grew up in a university environment. My father loved learning and he encouraged us to learn a lot. Yeah.
So when did you go to school there? Did you move here or
Well, I started my schooling there. I finished my medical school at the University of Ibadan, Nigeria, before I relocated to the United States in about 1993 and did my residency here in Nashville, Tennessee. Actually, that's what brought me to Nashville because when I first came, I came into New Jersey, much colder environment than Nashville. And then I've been here since, yeah, for the most part in Nashville. It's beautiful. You need to visit.
well, a totally different climate. So
Yes,
I'm assuming
yes.
you must go back to Nigeria at least like once or twice a year or
Oh, I
see
was
family
there
or
last
not.
year. I haven't been able to go this year, but I'm hoping that I can go next year. I still love the warm weather, but I try to embrace every climate that I find myself. Right now it's cold, it's like 30 something degrees. And I'm still going to go out to the park and walk because it's beautiful. I love the outdoors. It's not just my spirit, it's not just my soul. So I'm going to go out so we finish and go to the park and walk.
Hey,
I'm going to
I'm with you. As
bundle
long
up.
as it's not icy to where I'm gonna fall, you
Yes,
know, then it's like, oh, you might as well take advantage of it. Just like you said, bundle up. Your walks might end up being a little bit shorter, because like during
yeah,
the summertime, I go on those longer walks. Even a few weeks ago, I guess it was only a week ago, I was taking a 3 mile walk. But now with the 4 to 6 inches of snow, I probably won't be doing that
I know.
as much. Which kind of bums me out, but I do get out every day, like you, because it's not only good for our health, but it's good for our mental health
Yes,
as well.
yes, yes. Yeah, it lowers your cortisol. It helps you be grounded, helps you, declutter your mind, think through things, pray, and serenade and enjoy the beauty of outdoors. It's so healing and so refreshing.
It is. I know. Even I have to go out, and this is probably in my back of my mind why I have chickens, and my grandkids actually even gave me more chickens, right?
Oh.
So I have to walk a ways just to feed the chickens, every day.
Yeah.
And it's not that I don't have feeders and water that they could get, but I like to go and visit them every day because it gets me out of the house. So makes me
Um,
get that extra exercise, right? But
yes.
I have a quick question for you. What led you into becoming a doctor?
Well, as a child, I loved watching medical shows. And yes, so that drew me in the curiosity of helping people, of seeing the dramatic improvement. And with time, I actually became a doctor. And as time went on, the weight of work, um, fatigue set in, and I began to slowly neglect myself. And with time, I piled on weight. And my wake-up call was when I was told that I sat down in front of the doctor and I was told that I had an aggressive breast cancer. And that was when my aha moment came. Like, you've been serving everyone. You've been the doctor that you wanted to be. How did you get here? And it suddenly occurred to me that if I didn't do something, I wouldn't be here. So that's when I decided to take my health very seriously and was able to release 70 pounds. Thank God I got healed. I went and took treatment, got healed. And when you're in an airplane and you're traveling with your grandkids, they'll tell you in case of turbulence, put your mask on first. And that's what sometimes we as high achieving women forget to do. We try to put on mask for everyone but ourselves. So then I learned to put on my mask first. And now I can help other people because I can see clearly better now.
Yeah,
So that's
well,
how I became a doctor. And now I landed where I am right now. Yes.
yeah, well, it's like you said, sometimes we get so busy that we don't take in time until we get hurt or until we get sick. Then it's like, oh
Yeah.
my gosh, why haven't I been taking care of myself? Why haven't I been eating correctly? Like you said, it's a great question. One of the questions I know I asked myself when I was told that I had tumors and stuff was, okay, what can I do today to help somebody
Mhm.
else?
Yeah.
It
Yeah.
wasn't in it because I had to take my mind off myself, even though I knew that I had to eat healthy, I had to exercise, I had to do things for pain management, which is going outdoors or doing the creative things like art and stuff. Um, what do you say to those people that when they're diagnosed with something like that, what do you tell them so they don't go into this reel of depression and.
Yes. When you get to that point where you feel like this might be it, because I had to face my mortality that I might not pull through. I might be one of those that didn't make it. But you have to be strong. My faith in Christ Jesus helped me to know that, yes, I had to trust Him and trust till the end. Because when you're sick, like with cancer, you hear about other people, to me, were better than me, but they died of it, you know. So I had to focus my mind on and not allow myself to be swayed by somebody else's experience and decide that I am going to win, I'm going to be healed, I'm going to come through this on the other side. But so that's the mentality that I took. I decided I'm going to trust God even until the end.
Right.
So
And
that
it's funny, it's my favorite quote at that time, and it still is to today's, is with God, all things are possible.
yes, yes. So it's to put your mind, remove your focus on what you feel is going to take you out, and do things that will encourage you to live. At that point, when I was diagnosed like 11 years ago, which is behind me now, our 25th wedding anniversary was coming. So I focused on celebrating that. We moved, and my husband, we moved into a new house. So I was focusing on living. I was intending to live. So set your intentions on overcoming that problem. Set your intentions on living and then helping other people. I remember when I would go for chemo, I'll see my patient, I'll walk up to them, to their chair and smile at them. And you will see that horror on their face. You as well? Yes. I have what you have. I'll pray for you, you pray for me. So it's that humanity of laying down the deep thoughts about yourself and helping someone else along the way. That takes off the heavy burden of the weight of the diagnosis, of the weight of what you might be facing. And laugh at things. Don't take life too seriously. I remember when I lost my hair, lost my eyebrows, I would go and draw my eyebrows, and I would go to the bathroom, and one of them has rubbed off, and one of them is still on. I would laugh and go and draw it back. I would learn how to do makeup. Just do things that nurture you, nurture other people. In that way, you're not constantly thinking, oh, I'm gonna die. Oh, I might not make it. Think of good thoughts that you will live and not die to declare the works of the Lord in the land of the living. Think those kind of thoughts. Smile. Smile like Sam is laughing. Don't you see that beautiful smile? Smile. Even when you smile to yourself, it makes you happy, and others as well see you and they're happy as well.
So very true. So what would be something encouraging that for people that are going through that, how should others treat them? Because sometimes that's the hardest is seeing how other people react when they find that you have something, or some people are just, mean
Some people will cry. Some people
and
will
some people
cry.
cry. Yeah.
I share it to people who will encourage, talk to someone who you know is going to encourage you. You don't have to share with everyone. Someone who know will pray with you. Like my church family, they rallied around me because my husband started a business in Africa and he was traveling a lot. They would come take me to chemo. They would cook meals for me.
Sweet.
When I was crying, the chemo was so rough because of the intensity of um, to meet the aggressiveness of the tumor. So I feel very awful. I would sit at the back of the church and cry. And one of them, Miss Penny, said, "Do you want me to take you home with me?" Because my husband was out of the country. I said, "Well, let me go home. And if I don't feel better, I'll call you." And I would cry, and they would hold me, they would hug me. Be vulnerable. Let people help you. Let people take you for your business because sometimes you hear a lot of heavy things from the doctors. They don't mean to be like that, but it's heavy on you. So you might need to go with someone, and then it will soften the blow knowing that someone is right there with you. And then I had people praying for me. My sister was praying for me. Her church family was praying for me. You can't get too much prayers, you know.
Never.
So, and then going out in nature really helps. It had a healing effect on my soul. It's like the Lord was smiling on me through the sun. The warmth of the sun on my skin
Oh,
felt like
I
a smile.
totally, totally get you when I see those sun rays.
Oh my God, it felt like a hug, hugging my soul, hugging my spirit. So those are the ways that you can allow people to come in, and you don't have to explain to everyone what's going on with you. I wanted to look as well as possible. So I intentionally would dress myself in bright colors that, made me feel good. I would do my hair. I would wear different kinds of wigs because I had lost my hair. I wear my wigs and it looked natural, you know.
I,
Sometimes when my patients come and they are having alopecia, I can take off my wig. Actually, I'm wearing a wig. I take off my wig. It's a wig. It's okay to wear a wig. It's okay. So,
you
just
normalized it for them, so they
yes,
realized it was. And
yes,
for a long time, I didn't, only the people closest to me actually even knew because I dressed and looked like I was totally well all the time.
yes, yes.
It's only those that are closest. And when I wrote my story, because wrote my book a few years ago, was the first time I actually really came out about that I've been dealing with brain tumors and the fibromyalgia and all of these different things for years. But, I don't let it limit me. And like you said, I want to dress up because it makes me, it's like before I even get on a Zoom call, it's like I have to make sure I brush my teeth because I don't feel, I don't want you to smell my breath. Okay. Yeah, I know that sounds
Wow.
crazy, but just like, and I want my hair brushed, and at least some moisturizer on. but there's those little things, and it might be part because of when I was younger. I used to model a long time, and you had to
Wow.
dress the part
Of
all the time
course.
because otherwise you could lose your contract with the modeling agencies, and I've always been, within 7 seconds, people know who you are. And it doesn't matter if you're dressed to go outside in hiking or whatever, but it just feels good to, to get dressed, take that shower, get dressed, and brush your hair. And like you said, smile in the mirror. Because that's who we are, because that encourages us that everything's okay, even if you don't feel like it. And there's times when, like, and I'm sure you know what this is like, that you're lucky to get out of bed. You make yourself get out of bed. I've had times where I did my makeup in my bed just a little bit, just because it cheered me up, you know?
Wow. Wow.
So, but don't, like you said, don't be afraid to share your story. It's just
Hmm.
share it with people that you know will encourage you,
Yes.
And
Yes.
it's like I used to have, like, with my daughters growing up, and I was like, I'd have a pain because the pain tolerance is 1 to 10. And then if it was close to the 9 or 10, I'm like, okay, just to warn you, I'm at a high level of pain today. We're at 9 or 10, stay, basically take it easy. Don't try to cause problems because mom might fly off the handle when she's not intended to.
Hmm.
So,
Wow. Yes, and and it's okay because your emotions are going to be up and down. One day your faith is high, another day is low. So have someone that can encourage you the days that your motivation, your faith is low. You know, because we are human. I will wake up. I had dark patches on my palms, on my tongue, and I felt like I was dying. And one day I was crying, and my husband said, "What's it?" And I told him, "I think I'm dying." And he said, "No, you're not dying." He started encouraging me with scriptures. So you need someone there. If you don't have a spouse, someone you can pour out your heart and they can encourage you, bring back up your faith and know that good days are ahead. You will smile again. Sometimes you feel like, will I ever smile again? Will I ever be able to smile again? Yes, you will. You will. Things will get better. The clouds will part and the sun rays will come out for you again.
oh yeah, having an advocate, or close friends. Like, I had some great friends that would take the girls if I needed them to help watch,
Mhm.
or my husband would. And then any kind of medical issue, I had another friend that helped with stuff, those kind of things help. And the thing is you need to treat, you never know when somebody is going through an illness like MS or cancer and stuff,
Mm.
because they might look wonderful. So, because you just don't know. So treat everyone with kindness
Absolutely.
is what I always tell,
Absolutely.
try to put out there, because you just don't know what somebody is dealing with, because pain medications, or they could be off their vitamins. And you know this because you're our medical expert on internal stuff. It's like, one year got really sick for a few months, and it was because my vitamin B levels were so low that I was getting vertigo
Wow.
constantly.
Wow. Yes. So treat everyone with kindness and you never know what someone could be going through.
So you are our survivor here. What can you tell people, or what do you want to share with people about nutrition, or things that might help or prevent cancer, So,
Yes, a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables. It's very, very vital to support your different vitamins, hormones, reduce inflammation, trying to get to a healthy weight. One of the things that predisposed me to cancer was being obese and having a belly fat. I was 70 pounds heavier. So releasing that was essential for me to staying cancer free. So, and I know I'm talking as a survivor, but this covers everyone in general. Just eating healthy. If you're having belly fat, being overweight, trying to get your weight down because belly fat, especially. promotes inflammation. And then things like fresh fruits and veggies really is good in keeping inflammation down. And if you really, really want to take it up, get epigenetic testing. That will really, really narrow it down for you, your blueprint, what it
What kind of
is that
testing was that again?
epigenetic testing,
Okay.
epigenetic testing, and it will show you what your body type is and what nourishes you. It will also factor in any medical illnesses you have, and then show you the foods that are best for you, what's the best exercises for you, when the best times to eat, your genius, your what will help you live in a flow state. That's one of the latest trainings that I got, and this has really, really helped me, narrow down, like the veggies, the foods that are good for you, because there's a lot of confusion out there. Somebody will tell you do keto, another person will tell you do carnivore diet, but this one is zeroed down to you to help you thrive. So, in general, fruits and veggies is the baseline. If at all anything, get a lot of fresh fruits and veggies, and if you can afford that, frozen is the next best option, and of course, the last best option will be canned. Better than
Right.
um,
Well, I
yeah.
grow a garden every year, a huge garden.
Wow.
And we
Wow.
actually, and I, yesterday, I actually used up the last of my tomatoes because I roast
Wow.
them. I make my own sauces and stuff. I've cooked from scratch my whole life. So I don't
Wow.
use mixes or anything like that.
That's
So,
healthy. So
and I try to
healthy.
eat organic, I try to eat as healthy as possible. Because you can tell a difference. Like, I even try to be very choosy at what restaurants I go to because I want to have foods that are, like you said, fresh. But it's
Yes.
amazing the difference when you don't. Because, like last night, I made a chicken parmesan with an Italian sauce, but that
Wow.
sauce simmered for like 3 hours, and it's all the
Mhm.
fresh tomatoes, peppers, and onions from the gardens and then your spices and stuff,
Wow.
with a
That's so
salad. And
healthy.
I mean, easy dish,
Yeah. Yeah.
but so I do miss now. Of course, I can't see my garden because it's covered with snow.
Oh,
But
wow.
I figured out ways to prolong it with like little green type greenhouses and stuff so I can start it early. But so there's only a few months I have to buy vegetables, but it's so funny when you like go and taste the difference between a homegrown tomato and a store-bought. It's like when
Wow.
you walk into the gardens, you can just smell the vines, smell the
Hmm.
plants, smell just like the fruits, or
Wow.
like even apple trees or, blueberries or huckleberries or any of that. It's amazing how it smells.
Wow. That's beautiful.
So, but yeah, so I've been kind of spoiled on that, but it's not like it doesn't take work, but but
But
it's
it's
nice
work that you love.
being able to go and pick your fresh vegetables every day, right?
Yes. Yes.
So yeah, in the summertime, I eat a lot more vegetables because of it.
Okay.
So is there anything else that you would recommend to clients? I mean, you're an internalist specialist.
Yes,
Yeah.
internal medicine specialist. Yes, get your healthy workouts, your exercise. It helps you stay, keeps your joint active, keeps you fit. It also increases your stamina, provides feel-good hormones for you. Yeah, so that feel energized. And also helps your food to digest well, and your well-being is great. A lot of some people talk about supplements. My suggestion would be to run that through your physician and your pharmacist because of drug interactions. Even though they might be good, but you don't know how they will interact with the medications that you're taking. So everything has to be in sync. Everything has to be accounted for, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. I remember being
So,
told to at least work out 3 times a week, even if it's just
yes.
10 minutes a day.
Hmm.
That stretching and stuff. constantly because that helps so, so much because otherwise you could freeze up or end up
Hmm.
bedridden, especially when you're going through an illness.
Yes, and make sure you're hydrating, drinking enough. If you're on fluid restriction, follow your doctor's orders, you know.
And
Yeah.
so you have helped so many people and you wrote a book, correct?
Yes.
And
Yes,
what
I
is your
did.
book called? We'll have to make sure we put it in the links here.
Oh, yeah, the last weight loss program you'll ever need. Um, that was after I had lost, the 70 pounds. It was an unintended side effect of losing weight because I was wanting to stay cancer free. So, but I learned a lot of things having lost weight. Um, you know, because sometimes we know what to do, kind of, but we are not totally dialed into it. We have habits that we may be doing that is self-sabotaging the efforts that we make. So yeah, like I had a young lady this morning that had some thyroid issues. She doesn't know why she can't lose weight, but just taking a history, I noticed that most of our calories came from snacking, and I did have a medical student with me. I'm also an adjunct professor of medicine. I teach medical students, and she was like, "Wow, I eat once a day to somebody might mean that I eat once a day and then I snack all day long. Of course, that's why you're not losing weight." But I didn't tell her that. But she could now see, the loopholes that she had in what she was doing, and then asking questions. Okay, you said you're trying to lose weight. Is this working for you? What do you think is making it not work for you? So when, people have it in their consciousness, what they are doing, now they can now begin to make changes. They can now begin to make changes.
Right. Well, it's great for having doctors like you because a lot of times what people don't realize is it could be something that you don't even realize that could be constricting your weight loss. Like you said, thyroids, hormones, different things can happen, but then our eating habits and stuff don't help if we're not. And I'm like you, everybody's body type is different. So some
Hmm.
people, it's like I have to have so much carbs like in the morning and stuff and so much fat. Otherwise I get hyperglycemic really easy and I'm like ready to pass out.
Wow.
So I have to have that. It's only a couple tablespoons, but it's enough to get me through the day. So I have it in my coffee, which I know, so it's just one cup of coffee and it has all my vitamins and stuff in this cup of coffee with my
Wow.
greens to start my day. But then I have my eggs for breakfast. But everybody has different body types. So I love how
Absolutely.
you mentioned having that test and stuff.
Yes.
So thank you so much for that. So your book was on losing weight, correct?
Yes, it
And
was.
you have a women's group.
Yes. The Executive Health Hub, where I help executive women align their success with their lifestyle, because a lot of times we let our health go. We're facing our family, facing our career, but our health and our lifestyle is what I want us to upgrade so that it can match with the success that we've had, yeah, in our careers and life.
So now, is this the group that you coach too?
No, no,
Or
this
is
is my,
that's totally separate? Because
yeah, this is my
you have
favorite
wear
group.
so many hats here. Like
I
most
know, right?
women, you wear a lot of hats because you're not only an internal medicine medical doctor, and that has your clinic there, right? So you're working
Yes,
full time. You're a wife.
yes.
Are you a mom too?
I have a mom to three children. Yeah,
You're a mom. She does her
yeah,
Facebook Live, and she's an author, and she's a coach.
yes,
So,
ma'am.
and I'm sure I'm missing some things. That is a lot of hats.
Well, but I still, make time for myself. I do what I preach, so that I don't pour out of an empty cup. Yes,
You
I
know
do.
what? You're a blessing because you help so many people. you
Oh,
know,
thank you.
and God
Thank you.
uses that, because I'm sure you
Thank
help
you.
do things for the church. You just automatically
Oh,
help,
yes. I lead a
you
life group
know,
too.
and it's like that's born into you, because, you put God first, and so you're being his hands.
Yes.
And I love it. Thank you for that. So,
Thank you. Thank you, Tammy. You are a blessing. Thank you for all you do.
so, but there needs to be, I love meeting people like you because you help so many people, and I love having you on our show. And be sure, if anybody has any questions, ask them here, and you'll come back and help answer those questions if they have
Oh,
a
yes, I
question,
will.
So,
Absolutely.
I mean, we
Absolutely.
have a medical expert here. So I have a quick question
Yes,
for you.
ma'am.
How about those people that are thinking about going into the medical field? Um,
Hmm.
how, you know, how do they know it's their calling?
It's well, I'm going to talk from the Christian perspective because that's all I know. I think you should talk to the person who has put that desire in you. I think if you have that desire, God puts it in us to want to help people because He knows that He can trust you. So I think you should trust that. And then you could also talk to people who are already doing what you like to do and ask questions, shadow them, and then pray about it. And then you can come up with your decision. I decided as a child, even without knowing too much, and God honored the little self me, a little me.
Love it.
Yeah.
I know
So,
our oldest daughter, she would have probably made a great medical doctor. She's very creative and great at a lot of things, but she was one of those that would watch all the medical shows, like you said, look up everything in every medical books. If somebody had a cut or wasn't feeling good, she's the first, I'm like, you should have became a doctor.
no, no,
But she does a beautiful job with being a mom, a wife, and making candles and stuff right now. So,
that's
um,
beautiful.
yeah, I'm blessed with two beautiful daughters. So, but
Oh.
did you have anything else you would like to share with our audience?
Well, I want to thank you all for tuning in today. And I hope that this was a blessing to you. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and I'll come in and answer them. And thank you so much, Tammy, for having me on your platform. You are a blessing. Thank you so much.
Well, it was my honor having you here. So, and I'd love to have you back on some other time. So, but time's gone by really fast here. And I appreciate you taking time from your daily schedule. So, as you guys can see, she's at work. So, it is our honor and such a blessing. Thank you so much. Thanks for everyone that's being here or watching at a later time. We appreciate each and every one of you. Be sure to check out the website, unlockingfreedominnature.com, where we have different retreats and classes. And I will have, of course, the YouTube links to our different guest speakers as well. So, and hey, may you guys have a great holidays here as everybody's preparing and doing things. Take time for yourself. Don't overwork, right? During the holidays, what else can we say about that? A lot of times people get so stressed out. So, but thank you all and hope you guys have a great week. Bye.
Bye.